It's a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to when asked what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the ground with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Hall. He's going for it all. He's got it down the left side. Turns on the Jets. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog, coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession one, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always matters. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
Here's a heat. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
Makes the catch. It's Hatchett. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Burrow. Catch in the middle, it's Hatchett. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll go up top on second and short. Grab near the marker. It's Maddox. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion into a first down.
He wants to throw it again. They'll run the screen. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. And likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
To the ground to try to move the chains. The chains will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
Under fire. Right on the money. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Hatchett. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
It falls incomplete, and man, did they think they had that one set up, and it didn't quite work.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on third down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this critical third down. Whether you're running it or you're throwing it, the best players touch the ball right here.
Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in.
hardest part about playing a mobile quarterback. It's not the first play. The first play was a pass. It's the second play where he decides to pull it down, Jesse, becomes a running back, and makes something happen.
You're right, David. That's why so many coaching staffs now are trying to recruit dual-threat athletes at quarterback because of situations just like that. Down in the red zone, nobody open. You're not just going to throw it away and be okay kicking a field goal. You're taking off, and you're going to capitalize with a touchdown.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to end. Breaks into the open. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
Wants to throw. It's Hall. Under fire. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Scrambling away. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over from the moment the ball left his hand.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. The short hands, it's Brady. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. Third and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Looking for a man. It's Hall. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Backed up now, here's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. On the move, he fires. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Quarterback keeps it. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Yeah, and he calls his own number, tries to go get the first down, but he just couldn't get to it. Nice job by the defense, locking in, not letting him get that extra couple yards that he needed to get the big first down.
Dropping back, it's Burrow. Dances away. He'll try to do it himself. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Might be changing the route. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hatchett. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt. You throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
That's reeled in. It's Hatchett. And there's going to be a loss on that play. Just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact.
It's a really nice job by the defense staying disciplined there. And the quarterback's trying to get it out on the right side. As soon as he makes the catch, though, down he goes. Really good job with the tackle.
The Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He's moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. Nobody around as he makes the catch. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, when you've got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because year after year they have elite playmakers.
Escapes the pressure going right. The sure hands, it's Hatchett. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Looking downfield, it's Burrow. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Snagged in the middle. It's Hatchett. He makes the catch. He's knocked down immediately, but they'll have a goal-to-go situation from the 8. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast, you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now. Those safeties fly up, those corners fly up, outside backers fly up, and get in the play immediately.
Big guy smells it, and he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. This is a design run. He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best 3rd down offenses in the country. Sure, they could take the lead with a short field goal here, but this close to the end zone, you want to try to score a touchdown. That's what they'll do on 4th. Looking to throw, it's Burrow. Time to find the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Takes the handoff. It's Rocket. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Hauls it in. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the 1st down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll run the toss. What a play by the defense. He didn't get close to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose 10.
And you don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field. Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, the defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, it's Burrow. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
And that's the problem when you get in second and forever. The defense knows. They make you one-dimensional. They know you're going to take shots down the field. They stay deep. They break on the football, and they take advantage of the opportunity.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. The screen, and watch out. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. Looking left. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Looking downfield, it's Hall. Finds his tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Now it's first and 10 from the 46-yard line. Skips away from pressure. He makes the catch, but the official's right on top of it, signaling out of bounds.
Well, it's a nice job by the defense in the back end, staying with it. Even though the play broke down, quarterback was flushed out to the right side, making it a very tough throw for him. He ended up getting the catch, but it was out of bounds.
Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. But he makes the catch. And they're able to make the tackle. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. And the Wolverines will try to move the sticks on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catch in the middle, it's Newman. Oh, he's got some space. Picks up the first down, mark it at the 14 as they try to put up points before halftime. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
To the air, it's Hall. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
This crowd knows they have to big moments, and one of those has arrived. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got it on the run. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. They'll try to get it in with the run. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On the option. Touchdown, Wolverines! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Every coach in the country talks about finishing half strong. Man, how about that? You get the touchdown, a chance to tie this game up and take all the momentum into halftime.
And he tacks on the extra point. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Hatchett. Caught, close to the marker, it's Burrow. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
Man, what a weapon in this offense. To have a tight end that you can throw the football to, not just over the middle, not just to move the sticks, but a guy like this that can absolutely blaze, like a Warren, like a Bowers we've seen over the years, that can make huge plays down the field after the catch.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Wolverines will boot it away to start the 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do.
Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Here comes the offense back onto the field. The give to the left side. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Hall. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Makes a catch right in the middle of the danger zone. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try along. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Unloads quickly. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
To the air on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Cronin. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
On the move. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Got a little space.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. If you keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Fights off a defender. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Trying to punch it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. And that one will give them the lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man, it's Hall. Puts it out of the air. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. And the old bubble screen got popped on that one.
I Remember that was a play that used to trick defenses? Not anymore. Everybody throws it. You see the defense there. They weren't fooled. As soon as that guy caught the ball, they were surrounded.
Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. He'll make the fair catch, but there is a flag on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
And the Wolverines can really attack on this second and short. They feed him again. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Hogs it downfield. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. So here comes the Michigan offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
To the air, it's Hall. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And what a drive this has been so far by the defense. Of course, they're in their own end of the field. They're sort of in that fringe area. They forced 2 straight incompletions. If they could force another one right here, it'd make it really tough on their opponent to kick a field goal.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. Makes the grab.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on...
Touchdown, Michigan! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. The extra point here would tie the game.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down when he's not. So being on the same page and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Finds his man. It's Cronin. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth all tied up. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. He might want another play. To throw, it's Burrow. Lost one deep down the right side. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They move on top here in the fourth. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Good timing on the quick out. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
What a snag. How about that catch, man? When he threw the football, you're like, no, don't throw it. But the big fella says, it's my ball. I don't care if anybody's near me. He'll make the catch. That tight end just earned some money.
It's a one-score game lead, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got a man. It's Newman. At the 40, there he goes. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. The Wolverines are marching down the field. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw, it's Hall. Unloads it left. He's got it. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. Love what they did there, putting the big fella in the slot, letting him use his ability to get downfield and create some space and find the soft spot in the zone.
No doubt. You got the big fella in the slot, so you get your matchup. You know it's zone coverage. You know you can put it up out there and let him go make a play. That is a recipe.
Touchdown, Wolverines! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Looking for the time with the extra point. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Quarterback extends the play. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Pulls it in down the sideline. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
He'll keep it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, the power run here. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
Man, I do not want a guy that will dance. I want square shoulders to the line of scrimmage, take the snap, secure the football, play physical, and fall forward. Nice job by that running back getting the first down.
They'll ride the hot hand. Turning it on. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and goal. Here we go. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And if you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points. And this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
That brings us to 3rd and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. Back to throw, it's Burrow. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
And after that incompletion as a play caller, you need to go back to the well. You can't be afraid to call what has already worked well in this game for you. You've got a tie game. You've had a lot of success, whether it's been running or whether it's been throwing. Think about the playmakers that have stepped up in this game, and don't be afraid to double back and call something that had success earlier in the game.
Big-time kick late in the fourth quarter to take the lead. Now, not much time left. Defense has to be ready on the sideline, ready for the 2-minute drill, knowing exactly what you're doing to get one more stop.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly to the tight end.
And this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up. Maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get first downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. They'll go empty and 5 wide on 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's third and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know that's
going to let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
A nice play by this defense, and now you are one play away. Like, you've got the lead. You've got to pin your ears back. You're coming home, and you're playing the pass on this play, and you are trying to end this game right here.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. The game may be the best rivalry in college